Family, what's going on? Yes, we back again to put that work in. With episode, what would that even
What
be?
episode is it? Well, there's a blooper right there.
Hey, I don't know and I don't care. We just back again to put that work in. Welcome to those who are tuning in for the first time. Welcome back to our returning subscribers. So check out. Doing this relationship podcast, it has truly been a blessing for me and my wife. First and foremost, to come together and produce good content. And also to get some of that genuine feedback that we've received from some of you all. So we got a great question on the floor. And I'm going to set it up. And then I'm going to let my wife rock. Because she is truly an amazing individual with a bright mind. And I know that she can offer so much to restoring a righteous culture. So the question on the floor is, I was wondering if Mr. Solid 7 could share how a wife should move when her husband is still in the place where he was before he became an effective communicator and confident leader. How can I as a wife support him in that and help him to reach that place of growth?
Read it one more time.
I was wondering if Mr. Solid 7, apparently that's me, could share how a wife should move when her husband is still in the place where he was before he became an effective communicator and a confident leader. How can I, as a wife, support him in that and help him to reach that place of growth?
Okay. Read it one more time.
One more time.
It's a 2-part question, so read the first part.
Okay, we're going to
because I feel like, and that's how I can answer.
All right, here we go. I was wondering if you could share how a wife should move when her husband is still in the place where he was before he became an effective communicator and leader. So like I said, I'll kick it off and then I'm going to let my wife rock. This is part 1.
Of a 2-part question.
Of a 2-part question.
Help me.
Thank you. I'll just start from 3 years ago, coming into what we call an understanding or an awakening of who we truly are. I was the furthest thing from an effective communicator. And a lot of these channels, we got so many relationship podcasts and this and that, and they ain't gonna give you the truth. We here to give you the pure, unadulterated truth. So how did I get to the place that I am? And I want to preface this in a couple of words. Whatever you saw in us, sis, I believe that you saw 2 righteous individuals. You feel me? I would like to say I am an original individual by the way that I think. And I took a long way to get there, so what she did for me was grace me to come into my own. The bottom line is, women see that potential, right?
Yes.
Okay. So she saw my potential, and it was her job to cultivate. So what did you do to allow me to be the confident leader and communicator that I am today? Talk to me.
Well, the number one thing I would say was put my pride aside. And
Oh, you can't breeze through that now. We got to slow down. Say it again.
put my pride aside.
You have pride as a woman?
Yes, I did.
All right. Keep going.
Put my pride aside and to just fathom the fact that he was not the only one that had areas in which he needed to grow. Like, I know, ladies, that's hard for us to fathom. And a lot of times we feel like, as women as a whole, we feel like if the man just does everything that he needs to do and becomes like this perfect specimen of a husband, then everything else will fall into place, and we omit the fact that there's work that needs to be done in us as well. And just admitting that comes with a humbling experience, and just having to come to grips with, like, girl, you got some things going on too that you need to figure out. So I would say, not to go off in a tangent on that, because that's not the question in its entirety. So I would say the number one thing is to examine yourself and see what areas would it be beneficial for me to see change within myself. That's the number one thing that I had to do. And once I did that, even though I didn't have all the areas figured out at one time, just actually admitting that I needed work as well allowed me to humble myself and see what I thought were weaknesses in him. Like, he been sticking it out with me too. It hasn't just been me sticking it out with him, okay? So, like, once you come to grips with that, that's like...
Teamwork make the dream work.
Yeah, that's 90% of the battle. Once you come to grips with that, your mind goes from, I wish he would do this. I wish this would happen. I wish this would happen. I'm praying for this to happen. God, please change my husband's mind. Touch his heart. Like, once you get past that stage and see, like, we're a work in progress, we both need work, that's when you can actually devise a plan that is going to work for the marriage as a whole. And one conclusion I came to once I found my place of humbleness, like, we have to work together. I told my husband, like, we like to use imagery to describe things to one another. So the way I described how I view my role in our marriage is that I'm the filter. Like, you know, we have like water filters that we could put on our faucet, or some refrigerators come with filters. That is used to take away all the impurities in the water. But the water itself is beneficial. It gives life. Like, if we didn't have the water, there wouldn't be a need for the filter.
That's the potential that you saw. Now,
yes.
When he pulled up on you, when he chose you, that's what you saw.
The life source. Yeah, the life source. And as a woman...
Talk to him. I'm just here.
I feel like our role is to be that filter. Like, he should be able to funnel things through us, and we're able to take away the impurities by the way we conduct ourselves, by the way we carry ourselves, by the way we run our house, by the way we take care of our children, by the way we continue to stay mindful of things we can do to get better. Us bettering ourselves is gonna purify the water. Us bettering ourselves is gonna purify the husband. Like, when a man sees that a woman understands and is humble enough to see that we're both a work in progress, that, in my opinion, makes him more open. It makes him more comfortable with being vulnerable with you. It makes him more comfortable to be like, you know what, we can do this together, because I'm not being looked at as if I'm the only person who needs to do the work. So, like, just going forth in the marriage or the relationship, no matter how long it's been a relationship, as time goes on and progresses, like, girl, you gonna become like the bomb filter. You gonna get better and better and better and better at it. Like, I got what my husband needs. Like, whatever he needs, he can come to me with it. He can talk to me about it. We're gonna talk about it together. Like, put our heads together. What do you think about this? It
don't matter. There's no holds barred, Doc. We gotta talk. We gotta build and communicate. Let's get it.
And that's also where confidence comes in, because a lot of times, I know a lot of people on our channels have like some sort of faith-based background, and a lot of times in certain religions, you can lose your confidence because of the way that they're set up. And so when you remove yourself from that and you gain your confidence back, you're perceived differently, because it's like, now I'm confident. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance. But once you gain the proper confidence, you're not afraid to show the areas that need work. You're not afraid to show your weaknesses, if you will, because I'm confident enough to know who I am, but yet I'm humble enough to take from someone else that I know has my best interest at heart. So then it's like playing volleyball. Like, I'm not afraid to be vulnerable with you. You're not afraid to be vulnerable with me. And as a wife, as a wife, like, whatever he brings to the table, we got to do something with it. You got to filter it and do something with it. Like, run it through your spirit, man. Like, run it through your mind. Like, make plans. Like, do something with whatever he brings to the table. I'm not sure if that's making sense.
No,
but
so check out. This is the volleyball thing. That's perfect. We're getting started now. So, as she stated, you got to be the filter. And let's just use more imagery. If I'm water and she's the filter, to have the best product, we need one another. My water would taste like trash without her, and without water, she ain't got nothing to filter. So we gotta work together. And as a man, as a leader, as that effective communicator that you want, a real man don't ever want to be left behind. That thing that you saw in that man, it's your job to bring it out of him. That's what's gonna make him tick. That's what's gonna make him turn on when he knows he has a wife of value. No brother wanna lose that. They say we dumb, ain't nobody that stupid. If you work to bring that out of that gentleman, it's like clockwork, man. I'll put it like this. I am original. Remember we started with that, original / righteous. She is perfect. She makes me be who I am. I look to her and say, wow, how can I let her down? If I let her down, I let my family down. It's like we need that constant reminder to continue to grow towards progression or perfection. Like it's a full circle. She brings out the best in me, I bring out the best in her. And if we regard one another, we can really be a perfect human. Okay, and just to let y'all know, the topic of this video is how to get a man. Dot. You fill in the blank. How to get a man to do what? Whatever you want him to be.
Whatever you need.
Ma'am, whatever you need him to be is totally up to you.
Yes. So in a nutshell, being a filter is being a support system that cultivates,
refines,
and refines.
I like that
a
word.
Support system that cultivates emotional expression, because that's not innately in a man, that's innately in a woman. Just like, I'm not going to go into his role because that's not what this video is about, but just like a man's job is to provide and do certain things because that's innately in him. So being a filter is fully functioning in the roles that we've innately been created with. And some people would say like, so why is it so hard to get to that place as a woman? Because down through the years, those things have been stripped away. Like through society, through what we see, especially now our generation with like social media, so you can see everybody's everything. Like little by little, we are being desensitized from who we are innately as women. So being a filter is cultivating those things that have been placed in us from birth as the female species. That's what a man needs. That's why man and woman were created to be together.
Become one flesh. But listen, now it's time for the fellas.
But what was the second part of her question?
What should she do as a wife to become, or what? So
I kind of answered the whole thing.
Yeah, you answered it. We answered both of them in one part. How can I, as a wife, support him and help him to reach that place of growth? So I think we covered that. But fellas, now it's our turn.
Yeah, because all that what I just said is contingent on him doing his part. Well, it's not contingent because that's when you start pointing the finger.
But it take two to tango.
They go hand in hand.
We just about to give you the other half of it. So we're going to put them both together because they go together. Brethren, you should not be seeking a good thing. You should not be seeking or choosing a woman to be your wife, which is her in turn accepting because she sees the value in you when you don't got a plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna run that one back. My boy, don't do it. I don't care if you got money, if you got family, if you somebody at this or you somebody in that. If you don't have a plan for that woman's life, it's gonna end up in a disaster, man. What are you bringing to the table? What we doing? Yeah, I'm pretty, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm ready to get married. I'm ready. I'm childbearing. What's good? What you got for me? We just gonna we gonna have some, we gonna have some kids and do some vacations every once in a while and buy a house and be in debt. That's it. Who are we? What are we doing? What's the end goal, fam? When you pull up like that, that young lady's gonna see you and be like, I can do this with that. I can do that with this. I see what you're saying, but if you do it like this, it'll probably work a little bit.
You're giving her something to work with.
This is what we have going on. This is what my queen is to me. I need her like air. I got an idea. If I jump out here with my idea, it ain't gonna go over so well. I need to run it through the filter so it can be refined and it can be perfected, and I can come back and be like, yeah, y'all wasn't ready for this. Because I sent it through myself. Let that marinate. Because I sent it through myself so it can come back around to myself. When you really unify. Checks and balances. You feel what I'm saying, sis? And also, my brethren, I know you the man. I know you the leader, the priest of your house, or, you know, whatever they say that you are, bro. I believe you, trust me. Because I'm the king of everything I got going on. And that's a big fact. But brother, listen. You got to let this woman be a woman. You got to let her be the filter, fam. Since we've come into some knowledge of truth, a lot of us brothers have lost our doggone mind. And it's on both ends of the spectrum. Even the men who ain't in truth, it's not a balanced look, man. It's just crazy. You brothers who supposedly in the truth, your lady be out here looking all dry and ashy and depressed and sad. And you out here like, you know, like God's gift to everything else. But let her be a woman, bro. Trust her to be the woman that you chose. Because how you gonna choose something and then stifle it? That's what a lot of y'all be doing. That's what we are taught to do. Whether we're in Christianity, when the woman is taught to take the man's testicles and put them in her bag, or when we in the supposed truth, when you tell your wife she ain't nothing but somebody who cook your meals and have your babies and be walking around dry with long dresses on. That ain't gonna work either, fam. You can invest in your wife too by allowing her to invest into you, or by allowing her to give you a return on your investment. If you don't do that, it's not gonna work. What you think, baby?
I think that's absolutely
You
correct.
like that right there?
Yes.
Okay.
I love that.
And this ain't no cap neither. I'm not saying this just because the cameras is on and this relationship part. No, this is what we live. This is what we stand for. Period.
that was. I like this. I like this upload because a lot of times when I don't know, because I don't watch a lot of them. I was about to say when you see relationship podcasts, but a lot of times when you have these type of formats, it's like the women saying what they don't like about the men, or the men saying what they don't like about the women. Just holding our own accountable. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just a man saying what he needs from a woman or what he feels like women should be doing, and it's not me, a woman, here saying like a man needs to do this, a man needs to do that. I feel like holding one another accountable in our own rights, in our own communities as women and as men is very important. Everybody got a role to play. Yeah, because everyone has a role to play. And it was just like, that's just beautiful. The fact that men have a journey that they have to travel, women do as well. And so when they're not fully allowed to embrace the journey and learn what they're supposed to learn. Embrace the journey. And learn what they're supposed to learn throughout the process, it's just stifling. You'll never reach your full potential if you're constantly being stifled. And when my husband talked about having a plan is actually having a plan for life, having a plan for progression, having a plan for fruitfulness, having a plan for success, whatever you want to call it, because they're all one and the same. And a lot of times success is frowned upon because a lot of people attribute success to material. So it's frowned upon, and then it's like flipped around, and then it gets flipped around and it has like a negative connotation of like just chasing after material things. But that's not success. Success is to build a strong foundation and a family so that it can carry on over time from generation to generation. And you can't do that for free. That's just being honest. Like, if someone is telling you like,
I'm thankful to be here.
Oh, like just manipulating the scriptures, like all these things to be added, just seek him. Like that scripture is manipulated so much, and it causes people to lower their standards, or it causes people to be unrealistic about what is needed to actually have a functioning life and family in the world today, especially in America. Like, you need to seek the Father, but you need to put the work in as well. Like, it's so many different ways and things that we could pull out of the book to prove one's point, but
let's start talking common sense.
Yeah, let's talk common sense and let's talk principle. There are needs that people have, there are needs that a family has, there are needs that children have, and that's what we mean when we're talking about having a plan. Not a long list of things that you gonna tell her she can't do or can't wear or should. That's not a plan. Those are demands that are not backed up by any security, because the main thing that a woman wants is to feel safe and secure. Like, if she feels like you out to lunch and not leading her, she feels unsafe. She does not feel secure. And a lot of times that's when men start to feel like they're being undermined, because she doesn't have the courage to say, like, I'm not confident in where we're going. So in the back of her mind, she just then decided, like, I'm about to take the lead and get us where we're going.
I'm not confident in the leader. And this is the thing. We on YouTube, right? I see a lot of people subscribing to people who only want to get money from YouTube, which means that they want to do absolutely nothing, post it, and you pay them. We have just started our second business venture. I have not said anything about it. You know why? Because that's the family business. I'm not on here for y'all to pay me or subscribe to me and just watch all my doggone videos and I blow up Shuey and that, like, that's, it ain't about, we gonna get this money.
That was never our goal. Our goal was to be what we needed at different stages of our life.
Exactly. We just trying to display what we needed to see. It ain't about no money. You could trust us. I ain't never asked y'all for a dime. I ain't never dropped my cash out or none of that. Y'all pay attention to that. How these people just want you to patron them doing nothing. You feel me? We are building everlasting. This never gonna stop, fam. Because we are unified, which means our children are unified, which means their spouses and their children will be unified, which means we can continue forever. But we gotta get it right though first. We gotta work together though. Because if we don't, we are going to continue to be the bottom of the barrel. I'm not attached to that no more. You can't say I'm the bottom of the barrel because I done pulled myself up from that. Ain't that right, my queen?
That's right.
Who ain't nobody helped. It was just me wanting to be better. Me wanting more. And I appreciate y'all for stopping through, because obviously you want more too. The family is back. We make family look good. We gonna make family look cool again. We gonna change the norm. Not none of that fake stuff. Not none of that social media stuff. But that pull up on you and be a blessing to you, and you better not tell nobody about it stuff. You feel me? We playing for keeps. We appreciate y'all for stopping through. Make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you hit that post notification bell so you can be caught up on all the content we produce, because this is what we do. We're going to keep coming. It's only about family and building relationships. If you want something else, we'll holler at you, family.
I'm sorry.
Is there anything you want to add, my queen?
No.
Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
Hanging out
Did
with
y'all
you
have a good time?
I know y'all did, man, because we had a good time. Because we family. It's like reciprocation.
Yeah.
The energy it gets disseminated. You send it back and you just keep on doing it. Like, I'm telling you, you're not going to get this anywhere else. If you was listening to another relationship guru or whatever, he can't tie my shoelaces because he ain't been where I've been. We pulled this from nothing. No help, no encouragement, or no validation. And I'm not saying, I'm not shortchanging the people who did see something in us and encourage us, but for the most part, trying to be a family is pretty much frowned upon. Yeah, we kept going. Yeah. And that's why we here. So thank you all for stopping through. We truly appreciate it. We want you all to continue to thrive and be great. And we'll do the same. Much love, much respect. You know the rest.